So when these released earlier this year, I was very excited about them because I wanted them ever since back in the late 90s, and I'm so happy that Adidas are finally releasing these and are making some new strides on all classic models. Hey guys, welcome back to Kicks Reasons channel, and today we're looking at the Adidas Crazy 8 Low in the black and white colorway, or OG colorway. I'm calling it OG because the color scheme was OG, not the actual shoe. And as I mentioned at the beginning, the lows were not existing back in the day. They only had the mids, and obviously they had the black and white, the white and black, the almost entirely black one, you know, that was kind of teamed Lakers colorway. And over the years, Adidas released multiple versions of the Crazy 8 mid in many different forms and many different colorways. The OG colorways with the 8 over here, without the 8. It's one of the most kind of sought after and popular model from the time, and obviously being tied with Kobe Bryant's name, and one of the classic looking Adidas shoes from late 90s. Now, even back in the day, I was really hoping to have a low. I've always been a fan of lows. I've mentioned that probably in other videos. That's why I was really hoping that Reebok will release my all-time favorite Kamikaze 1 in the low top version, or the All-Star version that Shawn Kemp rocked back in the day. It never happened. We only had the mids, which is fine. I absolutely love them. I have probably combined maybe 12, 13 pairs of those. I absolutely love that model, but we never got the lows. Long story short, Adidas at the beginning of this year released the low top version of the Crazy 8 using the exact same great materials they use on the mid, and you'll see them on the details. One of the biggest surprise for me on that last release was the use of genuine materials on these shoes. The original, again, never had genuine materials. It had the synthetic suede. It had you know, some overlays. This patent leather was synthetic. Yeah, the white version was I think genuine leather, but the black one was just the synthetic nubuck. But right now, with the latest release, we have the genuine suede. Hence, it looks slightly lighter. You'll see the toe box and the side panels. They look more like a grayish instead of a black, more like a dark gray version of it. But you know, in reality, is the black color is just the way the suede has been painted or colored. It doesn't give it that really deep black color, which actually I like. As all the other ones that I mentioned before, what I'm really missing here is the number 8 on the tongue. I'm not sure why they could not do this. I don't think anybody holds the rights to the number 8, so they just put the feature wear guy right there. It's fine. As a new shoe, quote unquote, not a complete retro of an existing shoe, I kind of see that. I can co-sign with that. I can go with that. What I was more a little bit upset, well, I don't say upset, but disappointed, was the mid version that didn't have it, but that's fine. What else they did here? The midsole outsole construction is exactly the same as the mids. They're using the same EVA foam, not mentioned anywhere if it's Adiprene or Adiprene Plus. I think back in the day there was Adiprene. Torsion system obviously in the midfoot section for the torsional support. But what additionally they have created here is in the heel, they have added these 2 little pillow notches on the inside, and you will see them on the video. They're kind of hugging your heel really nicely. And this is something they have used and are continuing to use on a lot of modern Adidas models to help with the comfort, to help with the fit. And in reality, they didn't have to do this. They could just slap a normal inner liner here, but they went out their way to redesign that a little bit more and give us more comfort, which I really appreciate because it does wonders when you put them on feet. Some of you might be familiar, the mids are a little bit floppy on the heel side, not a lot of containment, and especially with the lacing system, because we have the 3 stripes are making the lacing system and only 1 lace loop on top. You're not really gonna bring them tight together very nicely. Obviously, if you wanna play basketball, which you can totally do it, I think there's much better options these days with modern shoes, but you can still do these as well. But your containment is not going to be incredible if those pillows were not existing, which they are not existing in the mids. And then the mids to me are almost perfectly entirely done for just casual wear, where these ones I can see people actually playing basketball in them. Now, production date here is December of 24, as mentioned, released early of this year, and the insole is the blue foam that mimics ortholite. And why I'm saying mimics ortholite, because nowhere on that insole is marked as ortholite. There's no branding anywhere, so it probably is not. Adidas's logo on the heel, and inner liner is actually very nice and plush, kind of a dark gray, super thick padding, similar to what we had in the 90s. So I'm really happy what they've done here. We have an actual stitching on the toe box front, just like on the original ones, and comfort and fit to me are great. I went with my true size, and this is one of the models from Adidas that actually fit true size to me. I didn't have to go up or down. I don't know, maybe those pillows on the heel pushes my foot a little bit forward and makes it feel more right. Over time they're probably gonna loosen because of the genuine materials and gonna look a little bit more floppier, but who cares? Thicker sock, double insole, better lacing, and you can remediate that. So for now, just go through size. Stitched in Adidas Equipment logo, old school right on the ton, and just like on the mids, the ton is not super padded. It's more of a very thin foam with the lace holder on top, and don't expect great comfort from that ton. But luckily, you're not really lacing it harder and harder to feel any discomfort. On casual wear, you're going to be fine. And back on the outsole, we have a herringbone heel and forefoot with no issues. To me, these look excellent. They're on feet, they look amazing. Crazy 8 always looks really nice on feet, and when you pick them up in your hands, they look kind of bulky, but this is kind of the trademark of the 90s. Most of these shoes look bulky, but that was the charm of it. They are, even now, look amazing to me when I pick them up in hand. Funny to me is they even preserved the true X stripes on the heel, which were part of the lacing system in the midfoot, in the mid version of this shoe. Here they're just decorative because it's not extending forward. Again, they didn't have to do this. They could have placed something else here, but they kept the identity of the shoe, put in this X style of straps in the back, and actually makes it looks really nice in Adidas Equipment right below on that extension of the outsole. So yeah, I mean, what else I can say? I think Adidas did a great job here. Initially, when they released, I missed them. They almost got sold right away. Price is also not something I would go retail right away. As much as I love them, I always wait for the deals. And on second release, which they always do, they do like a second round, second push of the shoe. Most people probably had them already from the first one, so they set for a little bit. They got discounted, so I ended up paying like $70 for these, which I'm really happy with. In fact, I doubled up. That's how much I like them. I prefer to get them much cheaper and double up than just get only one pair on retail. Call me crazy, but that's how I am. I always like to have, especially the shoes that I really like, I always like to have two of them, because you never know if they're gonna release ever again. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the videos. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the other videos coming very, very soon. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.